you already have in your disposal to speed up some of those projects.
And that's precisely what we are doing. Every kobo that comes to Bayelsa, and this is why the new Bayelsa is a package: transparency, accountability, openness. This afternoon, I will again render the statement of the finances to the people of the state, as we do every month.
What about the 3 months? Has it held the last 3 months?
No, we have not done for 2 months. No, we don't need to. The law says we must do it 3 months. It becomes a problem when we don't do it.
Month.
Yes, no.
So
we try to, but depending on the engagements, we also do a lot of engagement. If I'm not around, if the system, so those are the things. So today we will do that, and I'm happy we are keeping track of it. I'm happy we are keeping track of it. That's the.
As a former lawmaker, Your Excellency, what's your worry about the PIB? Because you just said something that is so striking here. Asking a question rhetorically. We produce oil to service where?
30%.
So the PIB perhaps should also be a source of worry. Perhaps if you were in the house like you were before, what would you be saying? What would have been your worry about the PIB?
Well, first of all, before we begin to worry, let me also commend the National Assembly. I still consider myself as a member of the National Assembly, and the Green Chambers was even far ahead of the other chamber.
The red one.
The red one, yes. So they've done very well by passing the PIB, allowing the PIB to pass the critical second reading stage, and now it's at the committee stage. And at the public hearings, I think stakeholders, everybody will work with them to ensure that the final draft that comes out meets the requirements of this nation and the expectations of the people. For me as governor and as somebody from here, a Nigerian from Bayelsa and from the Niger Delta, who feels the pain of producing these resources. And by the way, Lagos that produce oil, that started oil production just 5 minutes away. I'll go through if you can drive there and look at Olebri, what it is today. It's a metaphor of neglect. Olebri tells you the story, reminds you of the need to expand the base of our economy beyond oil and gas and prepare our various states and our country as a whole for life without oil, which is part of what the new Bayelsa entails, which is why we're talking of tourism, we're talking of agriculture, and so on. So the PIB has to be structured in a way that meets the expectations and the needs of the people of this area and the needs of the people of this country. PIB should bring up a structure that will encourage investments, which is why they brought it up. And then there are also issues about addressing the problems of communities and allowing some access of funds to the producing communities and so on. I expect that the PIB will be worked in a way that everybody will be happy at the end of it.
How much derivation would be appropriate?
If you ask me that question, Chamberlain, I will say that derivation itself within the context of a capitalist federal system is theoretically wrong, ideologically indefensible. And that's why you probably need to talk of resource control. Because you cannot take away a people's resource as the only element you nationalize. Meanwhile, all other factors of production are capitalized. That's what has happened. So a more consistent philosophy would be to say that you allow producing states and those who own resources to have title to it, and then the federation retains the right to levy appropriate tax.
So that's 100%.
That is, listen, that is what is defensible philosophically. We got it wrong in this country at some point. We got it wrong, and for whatever reason. If you look at the history, the point we deviated is very clear. Under the military, we deviated. That's where we had your Petroleum Act, your Petroleum Profits Act. That's where you had your Land Use Act. You had a constitution foisted on the people of this state. So we know the point at which we deviated.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we're running out of time now, but give us your perspective on the goings-on in the Nigeria Governors Forum and the formation of the PDP Governors Forum.
Well, you see, again, we in this country, we over-politicize things. The PDP Governors Forum is a PDP affair. We have seen the need to create a forum, a platform of interaction of our governors. For our governors. That's what we have done. Yeah, but it is without prejudice to what goes on in the Nigerian Governors Forum. And why should I, as a PDP man, be comfortable discussing affairs of PDP in the Nigerian Governors Forum?
But it was an
aberration.
It was like that for a long time.
Yes, but that something started wrong, that does not mean it should be continued. We've got to wake up one that have the courage to stop what is not right. And that's what PDP has done.
Was it necessary to have a different, because they thought
Chamberlain
was heading the Nigerian Governors Forum.
Yes.
All you needed to do was, okay, well, if we're going to have PDP Governors Forum, well, let this leadership be here, or one person.
Chamberlain, what has happened is that, and the press needs to be very careful the way we hit up our politics.
Not the politicians.
No, I'm coming. Because the politicians, there are people who, because of one thing or the other, want to give wrong impressions to things that go wrong. The only thing that goes right is when they are in charge, or when what they want gets done. There's nothing wrong in having the PDP Governors Forum was long overdue. Long overdue. ACM governors, for example, don't they meet? If CPC had more governors than one that they presently have, would they not be meeting?
I'm just trying to think.
Are the position governors themselves not meeting? And let me tell you, I played politics with most of the ACN leaders because I was 80. And I have a lot of respect for them, for their ingenuity, for their hard work, and their sense of cohesion. But we know that they meet.
Okay.
And yet we have no issues about it.
Are you worried that APC is going to be formed and give PDP a stiff challenge?
No, I welcome the desire. It's not yet a party. Note that. I welcome the desire. I welcome the intention or the proposal to have a strong opposition platform. I welcome it. I urge them to do what is right so that there can be a formidable opposition. No democracy can really thrive or serve its purpose without a virile and competent, well-organized opposition. But the opposition must also conduct itself and its activities in a democratic manner. And I know that they are very responsible citizens of this country, and they know what to do. For example, when statements were made that a president should not visit a state because there is a convention going on, that is not right. But I wish them well. Some of them are very good friends. They also share the same passion that we all share in having a peaceful, strong, stable, and unified and democratic Nigeria. So we wish them the best. But allow matters of the PDP Governors Forum to be decided by us, the PDP people, and the PDP governors. Those who are not PDP governors, they should, but it's a matter that's not for other parties to talk about. That's the way I look at it. But unfortunately, what has happened in this country is that anything PDP, everybody will, even the non-PDP members,
including the election of a new PDP Nigerian Governors Forum.
The opposition will even show more interest in what goes on in the PDP and the PDP organs than in what goes on in that, which is not a very healthy.
All right, His Excellency, Sir Dickson, Governor of Bayelsa State, thank you very much indeed for speaking with us today on Sunlight TV.
Thank you very much, Chamberlain and Suleiman and Malta for finding time to visit Bayelsa, the glory of all lands. You are welcome.
All right, well, there you have it. That's the program for today. We have to draw the curtain here. We thank you for letting us be a part of your week, all week long. We'll see you next time. I'm Chamberlain. What's up?
Well, thank you, Malpe Ogun.
Well, many thanks, and Suleiman.
See ya.
the exciting moments of the channel's National Kids Cup